Rice is linked with Chelsea, Douglas Luiz is my choice, and we have N'Golo Kante. Welcome to Stats You Need to Know. So, you're most probably one of those people that sits there and debates with their friends about who's the best defensive midfielder in the league, right? And you need some stats to back it up. Well, this video is for you. All the statistics that you need to know to present in an argument are going to be in this video. Welcome to the Kavkas and welcome to Stats You Need to Know. Let's go. It's no secret, right? Chelsea's defensive midfielder is N'Golo Kante and arguably the best and proficient in his position. Yet, Chelsea are religiously linked with Declan Rice. Why? Well, he's best friends with Mason Mount, Frank Lampard has a fascination with him, and he's actually a very good player, considering what he does in his position. My personal favourite is Douglas Luiz at what he's doing at Aston Villa. He looks phenomenal, he plays great, he's got a good illustration of passing range, but do the statistics match all of this? All the statistics come from who scored. I don't own any of them, so if you guys want to go and look at it in more detail, go onto Who Scores website, it is fantastic. But enough with that, hit the like button if you're new, subscribe to the channel, and let's get on with the video. Let's go. So, based on availability, N'Golo Kante has played 14 of Chelsea's games, Declan Rice has played every single minute of West Ham's games, and Douglas Luiz played 9. Douglas Luiz played 9 and played nearly 1,000 minutes. N'Golo Kante and Declan Rice are in the 1,200 range. For me, that's very good. Look, it is important when you're in that position to have consistency. And it's evident that these players are fit, and the only reason Douglas Luiz wasn't there is because he got sent off, so I'm guessing he missed a game or 2 or 3, depending on what nature of the red card was. But otherwise, all 3 of them don't have many injury problems, and they're pretty consistent. Playing for Chelsea, it is important that you understand how to tackle in transition. And it is evident, looking at these numbers, that N'Golo Kante is fantastic at it. He averages 2.7 tackles per game. Declan Rice averages 1.7 and 0.9 for Douglas Luiz. For me, is that great? I don't think so. But at the same time, you need to look at the interceptions. 2.2 for N'Golo Kante, 2.1 for Declan Rice, and a 1.3 for Douglas Luiz. All in all, that is interesting numbers, right? Kante comes out on top in both categories. Declan Rice is a close second. And Douglas Luiz is lacking in that area. But I think it's due to the nature of the footballer that he is. He is more of an attacking player. He's very Brazilian in that sense. Look, fouls and clearances are super important. Fouls can be a very positive thing. If you look at Manchester City, their success under Pep Guardiola was fouling at the right time in the right place and not securing that yellow card. N'Golo Kante averages 1.6 fouls, Declan Rice averages 0.8 fouls, and 1.5 fouls for who? Douglas Luiz. Yet, for me, none of those numbers are excruciatingly high because based on their yellow card records, it's not that bad. You look at the clearances, they're all in the 1 category. That's pretty important. But I think when you're playing in CDM, you're not very clearancy. You're more interception, tackle, or foul in range. You're not the last man that just boots it out. That's usually the centre back that does it. And you're more of a distributor at that stage. You have the ball on your feet. You're looking for the outward pass. So it's understandable why the numbers are so low. In modern day football, defensive midfielders aren't really only there to defend. Some of them are there to attack. Some of them are there to create. Key passes are an integral, and they highlight how modern football has evolved. So if you look at the key passes, Douglas Luiz averages 1, N'Golo Kante averages 0.7, and Declan Rice averages 0.8. So once again, Declan Rice comes in the middle of the category, and it's pretty impressive. You know, looking at the numbers, I understand why Chelsea are chasing him in the manner that they are. Then you're looking at the shots on goal. 1 attempt per game from Luiz once again, 0.1 from Kante, and Declan Rice with a good 0.06. This, I think, has to be with the nature and style of play of all 3 teams. Villa are very expansive, and they like to take a pot shot from far away. But based on the strength and ability I've seen of Luiz's game, he's a good pot shotter. It's an interesting statistic. I think it is important to dribble with the ball out of the box or even in midfield just to be able to commit a man. And I think N'Golo Kante does that fantastically. And you can see that with the 0.9 return. He averages 1 dribble per game nearly. Declan Rice, 1 dribble per game, and a 0.6 for Douglas Luiz. I think these are very important statistics because they need to be comfortable. What about being dispossessed though? This is also important. Being at the base of that, almost the 3, where all 3 players play, I think it's super important you don't get caught on the ball because they're going straight at your defense. And all of them are under 1, which is very impressive. 0.3 for N'Golo Kante, my man don't get caught. And then you got the 0.5 for Douglas Luiz, and you got the 0.6. Well done to all 3 of them. Very good return and a good sample of games, guys. 14 games is actually fantastic. Being a CDM, I think it is very important to have a long range of passing. Long range of passing can be either under pressure or with time and space. I think Jorginho has mastered the creativity of looking like you're distributing the ball effectively at the right point in time and picking the length of your passes. But now when you look at these 3, all 3 average over 3 passes, long passes per game. That's actually fantastic. And based on N'Golo Kante, that's a big development in his game because he never used to be able to do that. With Declan Rice as well, I'm guessing he's got a lot of time and space, a lot of swings into the channels for Bowen to chase or for Nels to chase. And then you have Douglas Luiz. And with him, I think it would have to be a little bit more direct in the sense that you have a willing runner of Trezeguet on the right-hand side or Bertrand Traore, but at the same time, you can pick someone out in Jack Grealish who will keep the ball if it comes into him. Impressive. Being comfortable on the ball these days is a prerequisite, and I think it is important no matter what level you play at. If you're going to become a professional footballer, whether you're a left back, centre back, goalkeeper, you need to be comfy on that ball. And you can see by the statistics that all 3 players average over 85% of pass completion rate. And N'Golo Kante is at 64 passes per game. Declan Rice and Douglas Luiz are just under 50, but I think that's based on the style of play and the teams they play for. Chelsea are a more expansive team in the sense that they're a higher team in the league normally, not at the moment, but the way they approach games, and I think that's the integral part. There'll be a lot of games where Declan Rice defends and maybe has 16 passes to complete, and Douglas Luiz exactly the same. But it's nice to see that all 3 of them can actually move the ball at an efficient level. All very good players, I'm not going to lie to you though. I'm very impressed with these statistics. So, based on the statistics, now I'm going to rank these 3 players. And the way I'm going to rank them is how would I, if I was Chelsea's chief executive, what would I do? Personally, I'm not going to lie to you. I think Declan Rice would come 3rd. And the reason I think Declan Rice would come 3rd is due to the transfer value of the player. I think we would have to pay somewhere around about 80 to 90 million pounds to secure the deal. This is a young English international, English tax, the captain of West Ham. Yes, and there was an article the other day that said he won't force his way out of West Ham. He respects the club too much. And I respect him for that. I'm not going to lie to you. He owes them a lot. They gave him an opportunity when Chelsea released him, and he wants to stay. Second place comes my good friend, Douglas Luiz. I think Douglas Luiz is going to be fantastic, and I think it's a matter of time until Douglas Luiz gets a move, whether it's abroad or whether it's within the Premier League. Manchester City have a buyback clause on him, which I think, or it's either a first refusal, let me get my words out right, or a buyback clause. And I think that's very important. This player will go to the top. When I say the top, do I mean Bayern Munich? Potentially. I think this guy is that talented. He's good on the ball, he's very efficient in defensive role, and he's very mobile, which all 3 of them are, but I think he will be leaving Aston Villa soon. He does not have to stay there the way Jack Grealish did. He has no affinity to that club. He will eventually force his way out. And for me, he is too good to be Aston Villa. I don't see Aston Villa as nothing more than a top 10 team, and top 10 is their limit. That's their sky. N'Golo Kante is number 1. For me, he's still Chelsea's best player, and I think it's pathetic that anyone thinks he's not. He is a world-class player. He's one of 2 world-class players we currently have in this team. He is phenomenal. He is legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Listen, I'm watching How I Met Your Mother now. It is getting addictive, like how many episodes I'm watching today. So I apologize in advance about that. But honestly, N'Golo Kante is class. He's good on the ball. He's good at winning the ball back. He's a very intelligent player. He is durable. I know he's had some injury problems in recent times, but look at the span of his career. He's been absolutely fantastic. He's going to be playing for France at the Euros and most probably win the Euros this summer and go on to win the World Cup next summer. So let's give him love, let's give him respect. You gotta love it. But this was my view, and now I want to hear yours. Rank the 3 players in order of what you think their best ability is. Do you think N'Golo is first? Do you think Douglas Luiz is first? Or are you a Declan Rice fan? Then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you made it this far. And guys, stick around with this channel because we're going to have videos like this coming out on a regular basis. I've got a little series coming out for you guys where I'm going to have videos coming out every single day from tomorrow all the way for the next 5 days. I am off work for 11 days on annual leave. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I enjoy making these videos. So I'm going to keep you guys filled up with content, plus match reviews, plus match previews, and any transfer rumors that need to be delivered to you. So yeah, let's do it. I'm out. Peace out. Bye-bye. In a bit.